Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Cork in the North podcast. Big thanks to everyone that's liking, sharing and subscribing and downloading as well. And also to the people who are over on the Patreon as well. We really do appreciate your continued support through these turbulent times in a very overly populated industry that is podcasting. Oh, look, another man. Anyway, what we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen, is we are promoting our sponsor as well. These are fans of us and we are fans of them. The Doyen Pub on the Lisburn Road, ladies and gentlemen. A great place to go if you want to have a drink, have some food, watch some comedy. You want to take someone out for a bit of food, you know, like, hey, I'm going to treat you. But don't tell them, because I can give you a code, Cork25, for 25% off your food Wednesday to Saturday as well, okay? And also, as we just let you know what's coming soon is Mother's Day, right? Take her out. Take her out. She's put up with you. Take her out, right? We'll give you two courses for 25 quid and 3 courses for 30 quid. Isn't that right, Sean?
Uh-huh.
That's right. And your mother, right? Free glass of Prosecco, right? Get her fucking steaming. Get her ready. Get her ready. You know what I mean? She'll be on it all night. You know what I mean? Take her down to the Doyen, right? She'll be sucking diesel by 11 o'clock. She'll be playing bingo in her own head by midnight, right? Plenty of stuff to do down at the Doyen Pub. Loads of comedy. And also, if you're a fan of the rugby, oh my God, Jeffrey, I love rugby. Go to the Doyen Pub to watch all the Six Nations matches. We're doing live shows there soon. There's loads of comedy. Tim McGarry's going to be on pretty soon. Go watch it. The Doyen Pub, the Lisburn Road. We're fans of them. They're fans of us. Great pub. Recently refurbished. All right, it was 4 years ago, but they did at least they did it. At least they did it. I love the Doyen. My favourite place. Anyway, thanks, guys. Joining me this week on this episode are 3 lovely lads, lovely fellas, lovely boys, fellas that you take home to your mother, and the mother would be like, "Oh, geez, they're lovely boys." But they also are the type of boys that would leave you for your mother. Like if they had an opportunity, they'd get off with your mother. It's the band Lavengro. I keep getting it right. Lavengro, ladies and gentlemen. Lads, how are you? You're very welcome. We've got Gareth, David and Jordan here, all the way down from Derry.
Yes.
You've come down just to do this podcast because you've released a single.
We have.
What's the single called? Talk to me.
Yeah, single is called Lie. Thanks for having us down. Big fan of the pod. So the song's called Lie. It came out on Friday, I don't know what day it's going to be.
Whatever. It just came out recently.
It came out recently. So yeah, we're buzzing to be here to promote it, obviously.
Yeah. So you're doing the sort of circuit, like. You know, like 20 years ago, you'd be on like the TV shows. Now you're on the podcast circuit, like, you know, that kind of thing.
It's a big thing for us as well, like, because like we done our first podcast, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then now this is the second one we're on. We fucking love it.
It's great. Good stuff.
Podcast sluts.
Horse! Filthy horse! I'm a Derry whore.
Yeah.
Derry whore.
Derry whore, isn't it?
I love it.
You guys, how long have you been together now as a band?
Been together as a band about 4 years.
4 years.
So just around COVID, like, me and Dave met in college, like, going way back, and his twin James, who's not here, we met in Northwest Regional College, and then me and Jordan, younger than that, before we met in school. So Jordan was in a different band before. We had an old bassist who fucked off during COVID, and then we got Jordan then. So really, us as a band, we've been together around 4 years.
4 years, that's brilliant. Like, it's a positive thing that's come out of the COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, obviously, Gareth did say there that James isn't here now. What's happened was the management of Lavengro contacted me and said, "Oh, the lads would love to come onto the podcast." And I was like, "Oh, let me listen to the music." And I went, "Oh, I really like these guys." But unfortunately, the way the studio is built, we can only fit 3 people in. So one had to miss out, and it's James. And we didn't want him. We didn't want James.
No.
He plays the drums. They're like chefs. When they're out in the wild, they're a bit wild.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They're a bit crazy.
He would have got us cancelled.
I do apologise, James. I know you're probably going to watch this, right? But some of the stuff they're saying about you is off air, was the last they said. He's like Ringo Starr. He's like Ringo Starr. He's not even a good fucking drummer. You know what I mean? I know that's your twin brother as well, Dave, right? So listen, James, I'm very sorry that obviously you kind of got the short straw today, but looking forward to meeting you soon anyway, all right? And the lads obviously miss you a lot.
Yeah, loads.
So it's I want to, so big shout out to James, all right?
It couldn't be waste.
Nowadays, when I hear of bands and new music and stuff like that, you always kind of say to yourself, right, oh, here we go. It seems to be, it's obviously a very, very cutthroat industry, and you have to have a sort of like, you know, the way nowadays, a lot, especially people, they want instant success, you know?
Yeah.
Things go on viral on TikTok and tunes and music. They're like, you hear of bands like, we've did 6-7 years playing above pubs and it didn't fucking go anywhere. And then one night somebody saw us and next thing you know, 6 years later, we're boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's it been like in the 4 years, obviously meeting it? How does it come to a point where you guys, hey guys, you want to sort of form a band? So how did, the journey to get to where you are today in terms of, I know you've opened, for, you've worked with like the Coronas, Gavin James, you've sold out your shows in Millennium Forum up in Derry and stuff. But the first rehearsal to that first live show, like, how do you make this idea a reality? How did you all, like, do it? Like, was it a bit like, did you all meet down and go, guys, if we're doing this, we have to do it? Or what's the discussion? Because where people can be fucking flaky. Like,
no,
it's actually with, I'd say, great difficulty. And it's funny saying that, but, like, I would say we went back to the drawing board about 5 times. Like, things weren't working, and sometimes it's good.
Can you give me an example so that it wasn't working?
So we signed a new management.
Right.
And that was a few years ago. We started releasing songs that we didn't want to release.
Were they kind of saying, this is what we think you should release?
Their sort of vision, but it wasn't us. And we spent a lot of money, spent a lot of time, and we just realised it wasn't us, and we had to go back to the drawing board.
So you leave the management?
Well, in a sense, I
don't want to.
That would fuck us, but like
I don't want to go into that. But you went in a different direction.
So we wanted to go, like, be who we are, like, as a band, because you'll notice, like, in any time that any fucking new management or new kind of label and got there comes on board, they always they're like, we think you should do this, we think you should do that, and because we just want to make it and we're dreamers, like, we try it, but some things that became apparent to us recently is you have to stick to who you are.
Do you find that music management sometimes they tell you, this is what you have to do, when actually it's what you have to do to suit them, not you?
100%.
I feel that definitely
massively, but
I've had that in comedy.
It's the same in comedy. Industries.
You have to go to the Edinburgh Festival. You have to do this. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for an extra advert in the brochure. That's $2,000. You have to get the best PR person. Right?
Exactly.
And you're sitting there going, fucking hell, I have to do this because if I want to. And then you realise, actually, if I just do what I want to do and I'm good at it and I get good at it or whatever, people will find you.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, some management just have an idea in their heads, don't they? Of what they want for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be hard to sort of bit of conflict.
Some things that work for other artists, like this worked for them, so this could work for you. But then sometimes it just doesn't work for you, and it's a bit of I don't know. It's kind of scary too because you don't want to upset them if it doesn't work.
Yeah. And
you're sort of going like, oh, they're going to believe in us now for this next year because that didn't work. But that's one of the things. You said consistency. Keep doing it, and
that's it.
This is, I think a lot of people, especially I've no experience of being in a band, so, but like I can't sit here and say, oh well, this is what you need to do, lads. But I think they don't realise. I think a lot of people will lose heart. You know, we've worked so hard, we released a song, it didn't really go anywhere. What's the fucking point? No, actually. It's the ones that stick at it.
100%,
exactly.
yeah.
Like it's the ones that people don't realise. The same in comedy and anything you do. Like I'm sure when you were all learning, when you were learning the lead guitar and stuff like that, like in the bass and stuff like that. There's days when the fingers aren't. It isn't syncing. And the nails are sore.
Yeah.
And the strings are cutting into the nails. And
100%.
The fingers are sore. And you're trying to bass and you're like, I can't get it. Fuck it.
That's it. No, it's
You have to go back. You have to go back because 90% of people don't go back. And that's the difference.
Exactly.
100%.
And like, how many times have we been sitting there, boys, and it's going like, is this working? Is this going to? But never once has it even come to head. We're stopping this, because we're in for the long run, like.
That's the difference. And you asked the question about like we've done all that. Like we before Jordan was here, we've played the empty venues. We've played we played anyone. Played in pubs upstairs. We had a rehearsal place upstairs in a pub in Derry. But we generally like eat, sleep, breathe this. Like this is all we think about. Like, and I always say to the missus and the family, like it must be so difficult. Like going with someone with like me, because my head and my focus is always in the back of my head. Like when you wake up, it's the first thing you think of is what's going on with the band. When you go to bed at night, that's the first thing you think of.
And are you working in jobs, or are you do full time at this?
Well, I'd be part-time.
Part-time job.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Jordan?
Well, I work in finance, so
I wouldn't have guessed.
but, yeah,
like, there's absolutely no way that I would have gone, you beat a bass player looking as gorgeous as you look, but to then turn around to me and go, you basically, yeah, ladies, you want it? Give it to me. And then 2 minutes later, how are you with a fixed rate mortgage anyway? Have you got a cash ice here? I said, I can get you some really good APR deals at the moment. Have you thought about your long-term financial strategy? And then 20 minutes later, get me your music, get me drugs, I want it now. Give me the women.
The most organised man.
Do you know what I mean? So what do you do finance-wise?
What's it?
What do you do finance? What do you do finance-wise?
Investment banking. So
How the fuck are you an investment banker? You look like a child. Like, honest to God.
I wish I was an investment
You know what?
banker.
I really hope that the band goes mental because I would love to see you on like the Graham Norton show, and they're going to go, "And what did you do beforehand, Jordan? Investment banking. Yeah, I crashed the economy. You know what I mean?
2008.
You know? Oh, investment banker, right? But you do it. How do you become part-time investment banker?
Well, I started off full time. I was like, cut the hours down.
Do you know what? It's between bass, guitar, financial investments. Oh, the yin and yang of my life. Right, so you're part-time. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. And what about yourself?
I just full-time at the band. Like,
Full-time at the
so
band?
I would like spend most of my days editing the content and stuff like that.
Okay,
there,
so but also you're doing that sort of
You're the producer.
the
like,
producer,
so-
the
man,
reels, the
yeah.
clips, the socials.
all kind of stuff.
I mean,
like
that's a full-time job in itself.
you know yourself. It's fucking mayhem. Like,
it's absolute
it's,
kiss. And what about you, Gareth?
I'll say more or less full time, but I do a bit of marketing on the side as well.
Okay,
for a
so-
bit of income. They pay the rent.
Yeah, so okay,
Yeah,
so
we're skint
yeah,
basically.
but that's like Liam Frey from the Courteeners, who I kind of knew. Like he used to work in the Fred Perry shop in Manchester, just
Jesus,
near St Anne Square, and like they were doing really well at one point, and it got to the point then I remember like being in the shop one day, and he was like, "Oh, I'm finishing up in a week. I'm finally full time." But they just released their first album. People think like, "Oh, you get signed all of a sudden. Oh, it's loads of money." No, it's a graft.
So
like
hard
it's
to
a
make money.
fucking.
it really is.
And a lot of people, like, it is such a graft. And I know when I started out in comedy, I'm sure there's a lot of bands that you guys know from 2017, 2008, when you get involved in music, just to say there might be, say, 6 bands. You might be the only ones left.
Not 100.
exactly.
It's
So
true.
why do you think you're different? Why do you think you are the ones that are persistent? What's the collective mindset?
I think it's the self-belief. Like we all have a shared vision of being the best band that came out of Ireland. Like, and I know it sounds fucking cliche and stuff, but the music we make, I don't think anyone like sort of makes it where we're from. And then it's just the mindset of the belief. Like for years we've been grafting, and as you said at the start, it's so easy to just go fuck it. Like we've had bad releases, we've played the empty shows, we've done tours that didn't show up, but then all the good stuff then it happens. Like we release songs that go brilliant, we release clips online, so we have something there that's obviously.
I listened to all your stuff there yesterday. This is my review. I think you're like a poppy 1975.
Class.
Would that be a fair
We get
assessment?
that,
No,
yeah.
our new manager that we brought on recently has said the exact same thing. He says, "I'd put
Really?
these as
I was because I like 1975. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I do really like them.
Yeah.
And I was listening and I was going, yeah, you know, like I could actually, you're exactly the type of band that would open for them.
Oh, that's amazing.
it is.
And I mean
classic.
that, like I was like going, you would not be out of place.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's a new idea for the new
I
ads.
know. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but this is how like this is how like I suppose you go to you can, because you know what, let's start a campaign and hopefully they can see it. You know what I mean? Like you got to take. I said, but nowadays with social media, everybody has to stand out a little bit differently. You know, back in the 90s. I mean, when I was very young, I was young. What are you looking at me for? What are you looking at me for? Sorry, I'm just looking at the camera. I'm not actually looking at.
That's all he's in there.
No, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Like, so.
I know, yeah.
Right, okay. Ooh, financial markets.
You know?
Anyway, right.
I'll look as
Ooh, the FTSE 100's up.
I get some hard in, folks.
Oh, the FTSE's got up 2 points. Better get another tattoo. Oh, you're a good crack, lads. I like it. You're a good lad. Some people you come in, you're like,
Oh, for fuck's sake, no. We're just lads.
When you're gigging and stuff like that, and you're going abroad and you're doing all this, like, what are the things about? I could sit here and talk to you about your influences. I'm not going to do that. Right? What's pissing you off the most about it?
Like when we're on the road?
Yeah, like who's annoying who? Like, is there a sort of like, you know, are you hiring a van? Is it like, obviously if you stay in a hotel, you're like, we having a few tonight, you know, you're having the crack with it. But I've done it for a long time, and I know that it gets fucking tedious at times.
I
have
Like it
one.
does, like
Do you have one?
what?
See, when we're traveling, they doubled all the time. We travel. Like, you can imagine 4 lads going down in a car or a van or whatever.
So you're going to Cork or something like?
Yeah.
just food. It just
Smell.
you'd imagine like
Oh,
4
I
people.
the smell.
One goes down halfway through the table.
It
and
fucking
that's
stinks, man.
I don't mind that. Like I don't mind your own brand. You know what I mean?
doing the smell.
Like I fart. It's not away. Like
No, but if you ever have a heavy one before a gig, you know, in between 2 gigs, does anybody ever overdo it?
Oh Jesus!
aye. Like,
Aye.
what do you mean? Like drink wise?
Drinking,
Yeah.
partying.
Oh,
we
aye.
were in Vancouver, man. What do you, like we
Not all the time, by the way.
No, no, we're
like,
No, there'll be a mass just before the
no,
gigs
I'll
as
tell you
well.
what, we did a gig in Vancouver, and it would be fair to say, because I'm the singer, like I don't go out after a gig or before a gig. I try to make sure I'm sweet. 'Cause if I go out in the piss, I can't sing the next
You
day.
lose your voice, or
Can't sing, so I sort of always let the lads bat their on, don't I? Most of the time, and just fucking sort of.
you have a girlfriend, don't you?
I have
That's
a
what- when you have a-
Irish goodbye. Like
she's
I just slip
what are
out.
you doing? Where are you?
Aye, so
Having fun, yeah, without me.
aye, we think about me.
Is this your life? Is it just what you want your life to be?
Vancouver, we were playing this gig in Paddy's Day last year, and
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Wow, brilliant.
It was fucking amazing, and
Paddy's Day, wasn't it?
Paddy's Day, aye, and the night before, like we landed. It was the gig was the next day, but they gave us fucking. We didn't realise we're all skint 90% of the time, and we landed, and we didn't think they were giving
But if
us.
you need someone who can give you financial advice,
We're not skint. Jordan's not. We're skint. Jordan's fucking sweet. But we landed, and they give us fucking money to spend over there. Like
give you per diems, like.
and we,
It's sort of
we
like
just spent their own pints.
It's like an allowance. They were like, right, let this do you over 7 days. We went out in a rap.
First night on the pints.
So,
maybe.
how many gigs were you doing?
2.
2 gigs in 7 days. That's the dream, like.
That was
Oh,
the
it was
dream,
class.
man.
So when you
Oh,
arrive, there you go, lads. Have a
See you
good time.
later.
And you just went, oh,
Pints. Straight
just
McDonald's.
pints.
Me and
Aye.
James
Irish bar.
went straight to the shopping centre. Was like, what can we buy with this?
Oh,
H&M, I
that's
think
right.
we got
Aye,
it.
you got a few.
Oh, they
outfits in.
bought clothes
But
and all that.
all I remember
Two pair of boxers.
is like the barman waking me up at night, and he was like, "Hey man, you okay, dude?" I was all, "I'm fucking grand. Where's the boys?" And he's all, "Oh, they all left, man." Fucking rang in, boys. I was all, "Where are you at?" And they're all, "Oh, where are you?" I didn't even realise you were gone. I was like, "Fucking dick left me sleeping in the bar."
And then she slept in the van.
I still never forgiven for that there.
But when you kind of like go to places like Vancouver and you're like, we're getting on a plane to travel whatever 8-9 hours, and then this is mad.
It's the dream.
Oh,
Like,
it's
like you know,
class.
but you know what I mean.
Man.
But you also understand that this has been created from our own heads.
That's mad.
I know.
It's crazy.
Like it's
the
great,
dream.
isn't it?
It's amazing. I'd see, to be honest, the highlight of any gig that we've ever, or any other country we flew to was fucking Heathrow Airport that day.
Oh,
before
wow.
that day, we had an 8-hour layover.
We-
Went in the lounge, just got passed up before the plane.
Like we were all legless, like going on the
Like
plane.
I mean, we were bad, like, and there was like this German couple in front of us, and James.
You fly business.
No, we flew economy, but James was just chatting around. No, James the drummer, the
Oh,
Mad
yeah.
band.
He's not here yet.
And he's all, "What's happening? Where are you from?" And then they were all, boys, I'm from Germany. And James all, "Oh, Germany, fuck, that's class. I actually love her and all." And then the boy's like, "Oh, where'd you live?" He goes, "Fucking, I can't remember now."
Did he fuck
just-
love her?
was
He never
he was
lived
just
there, you know?
talking dung like. And then the boy's like, "Oh, you're twins." He goes, James all, we're twins. And he goes, and then the guy was like, "How do you tell the difference?" And he was all, "What are you all about?" He's all, "He's the charm and the alarm." And then next day,
My head's down again.
next day, there's this fucking like big South African guy
player, wasn't he?
called Moritz, and
Moritz.
it turns
What a
out
guy.
he's fucking captain the South African rugby team. And
He's just reading a book. Oh,
oh,
sorry.
he's just reading a book. He's just reading a book, and he's chatting. He's like, these
And he
boys are
heard this, he was
mental.
all-
And he goes, how do you tell the difference? And the German boys all, "Can't you tell? He's the charm. He's the alarm."
He didn't talk, did he? He just
No,
came
I
out.
didn't.
It was
If you ever see
hilarious.
Wolf over a cookie nest, that's your guy. It's like, what's they say, juicy fruit. It was like, one of those- it was like that moment. Your man
It's
just
at the airport.
started
Do you remember we were walking in that same? There's a street in Vancouver called East Hastings Street,
Jesus.
and it's where like so in Vancouver, you'll get so much junkies, but they don't all be about the town. They be the council and the cops all through them. This one street called East Hastings Street.
Scary.
So you'll be walking Vancouver, nice clean city, and then you go down this street, take a turn, and it's like some of their film. There's all fires and
It's like Skid Row,
guitar-
sort of.
it's
Like
Skid
Skid
Row.
Row,
Aye,
but worse.
it's mental. But we were walking down. This junkie guy's like playing the saxophone. Unbelievable. We were walking past. We were like, "Fucking amazing, man, amazing." And he's like, "What?" And we were all, "Amazing, very good." He goes, you got $1? We're all, no, and he goes, well, that compliments not going to buy me a beer. Started fucking playing again. What the fuck? He's hilarious. That was class.
East Hastings Street was mad. Like I don't know. I was walking down it and I felt heartbroken. Like I was fucking gutted. And then you boys kept
there was a woman
there's a woman shouting on the walls. And
I didn't feel sorry.
I took it really bad. I was like, I'm never going there again. But
Are you serious?
Not being hung. Look it up all night. It's scary. People living in tents on the street, injecting heroin.
And he's just shooting and going, hey dude.
And then
It's just a part of the world you don't expect or you don't hear.
But we went out
Crazy.
for a few pints. We're we go back there, and I was like, nah.
Because
Jesus.
you think like I think you know when you watch the news like America and the West and American kind of the saviors of the world and all this kind of stuff. You don't mess with America because they're like they're like the leaders of the free world and stuff like that. Man, there's a lot of poverty. They're like,
so much.
like, they like I was in New York last year. I was going over, did some gigs and stuff, and I'm telling you, man, like, you have problems here in Ireland. Like, there is the same problems here. Homelessness, addiction, housing, health. We have mental health. We have all the problems, right? But they have the same problems as us. But they have them in a bit more of an extremer way. Like we don't have people on a street injecting openly. You know what I mean? Like yes, they are injecting and stuff like that. But
Depends where you going, Belfast.
but it's a bit more on a smaller scale. Obviously, it's still terrible. Like
they actually like it. Like in a sense, they call it a self-sustaining life over there. Like homeless people and junkies. It's an actual thing. Look, I was doing so much research about it. They say they don't want to be helped. They're saying like, no, I'm self-sustaining. I don't answer to no government. I don't do this or I don't do that. Whatever money I get, I can spend it and fucking. So they buy what is it they buy? It's just heroin and there's something else going around.
Don't know.
But then they all eat ice.
What do you call it? Fentanyl.
That's the big thing now, isn't it?
But they're all walking about with ice pops now, like because they're all like the ice pops cools them down or something.
They're banned. They have to lock the ice cream. They have to lock the ice cream things in the shops because junkies go on and steal them. Like because apparently when they're on these drugs that they crave like cold in their mouth, which sounds weird. But
it's actually mental. Sure,
it's like a hydration.
It's like a hydration thing. Yeah, their mouth's really dry.
There was a story like on Facebook. This Daz wee boy. This wee boy went to Vancouver. They love, and his dad didn't hear from him. And his dad just lives here. Like I think it was Dublin he lives, and they hadn't heard from him in 2 weeks. And he's like, "Where the fuck is he? Like, what's going on?" Rang the cops, rang everywhere, and nobody knew. So he was reported missing. So he wrote in this like Facebook group, Irish in Vancouver and Vancouver locals and all here. My son's been missing. Sent pictures and all this here. If you find him, tell him I'm looking for him and all this here. Just I want him to be safe. And turns out someone's he's a junkie now. He's in East Hastings Street.
Jesus.
And he panicked. He flew out to Vancouver, got a flight out, got them, found him, was like, Mum, let's go home. And I told his daddy, fuck off. He's all, no, I'm here. Like, this is my self-sustaining life now. I don't want to go home. See you later. And his dad just wrote back in the group, if anybody sees him, kick a fuck at him. That's mad. Like,
Wait, that's sad.
It is sad. But
so what's happening is they're going over there to fall into the wrong company. Here, try this. Boom, life change.
Nice,
life change. And then
it's
it's mad. Like,
Well,
scared the life out of me.
That must. You are doing a lot of traveling about with the band, and like, and you're still quite young and all yourselves. Like, would your parents like be like worried of you going about so much?
I am not like they're really proud. Like my dad, big shout out to my dad's been like he drives us everywhere, so he's sort of part of the team anyway. So he's seen half of what we've seen. But they do obviously be mindful about going to these places and make sure we're safe and all. But on the other hand, too, it's amazing.
I just get the wee look from the stay safe now.
Do you still, like, I still have to see if we're going anywhere. I have to ring up my ma to say, "Oh, we've got here." That's us. We're in Glasgow now.
As soon as the flight lands, I text me.
It is a
always. I always.
It depends where it is because when we were doing like anywhere like sort of in Europe. I don't remember like, but see, when we were in Vancouver, like she's ringing me every night. Oh, how you getting on? Like, what's cracking on?
It's exciting for them as well.
Oh, it's a big thing.
It is exciting.
Like it's exciting for them as much as it is for you. Like.
We're just lads that grew up in honestly council estates in Derry and getting to fucking bring your music to Canada and Dubai and Europe and all is amazing. But
I often mention it here on this podcast, and I love mentioning it because I'm really proud. My nephew's in the Cork City Football Academy, and he's gone over to Charlton Athletic now in a few weeks to do a wee trial. He's only 13, like goalkeeper. Like my brother sent me a video of him last night. He said, "Look, here's some of his highlights when he played in a friendly the other night, and he made some great saves and he had one-on-one save and everything." And my brother was like, "Oh yeah, they're really happy with this, really happy with his nutrition and his muscle definition and his stretching and his awareness and all that." The guy's 13, and I'm just sitting there going like, he's not my kid, but I'm excited as well. So
Yeah,
your
so
parents are
picture
going to be
your
excited.
parents,
Like,
yeah.
so
Aye,
Oh, they must be
exactly.
so
that's
proud.
sweet.
Aye.
Do you like worry like that you've put 4 years into this, and you often because 4 of you have to be on the same page?
100% every
Do
day.
you worry,
yeah.
like, for example, I don't know, like, say one of you, let's say one of you, say you, Garrett, like, your partner falls pregnant.
Yeah.
Say, Jordan, you get offered a massive job somewhere, and you go,
Goldman Sachs.
no, but you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. Like,
Ah,
something
no, 100%.
happens.
Ah.
Like, and I don't want it to be a negative because it's exciting and stuff like that. Like, so how do you keep the tightness?
Oh, it's a real thing. Like at the end of the day, it's a lot of this doesn't pay the bills, so we have to do bits on the side just to get by. And of course, doubt comes creeping in. But again, it comes back to that mindset. Like we believe, all of us believe equally. Like this is what we're meant to be doing. Like it's not by accident that we get played and like all the stations and get good on social media and all. There's clearly something there. So. It's just about that belief, but of course you always have in the back of your mind, what if? Like it's normal.
I feel like we have like a good dynamic going on. Whereas like, if Jordan came into me tomorrow and was like, I'm not feeling this. Wise up. I'll see you tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's just one of the things that none of us would be like that.
It's really great to support his mental health.
Aye, it'd be grand. It'd be alright.
Are we okay?
I'm not feeling wise up. You fucking no.
Get back in
Us boys will be 50 fucking
no, Chucky.
be 50 us boys being like it's going to happen this year, boys. Know what I mean?
No, it's just one of the things that I know. We all know that together we all have the same dream and same mindset, and I don't know.
It's all worth it for the good moments, but you have to
Yeah.
take the bad
Oh, there's lots
moments.
of shit as well.
There's
And,
so
like,
many more
I
lows
think when
than
we're
high.
together in the bad moments, that's how we pick ourselves up.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like,
Exactly.
when they do
Speaking of
happen.
good moments, like Gavin James.
Oh, amazing! We played the Ulster Hall, and
Did he obviously you met him? Did he watch and stuff?
oh
aye,
yeah,
we
actually
we're
went
mates
with
with him
him.
now.
He's
Like,
like,
he's-
he's
we actually took
dead
him out.
on, like,
we took him out to
lovely guy.
Thompson's in Belfast after.
and Tom,
and Rashford as well. I just say Rashford.
oh,
as well,
Rashford was there as well. Yeah,
Oh, that's
he was
true.
there too. But
We do like a whole row of shots with him.
I know he was a lovely guy, and
Lovely crack.
we took him out in Derry. They Sandinos as well. Did a few shows with him, and then Corona's lovely
It
guys.
was actually, remember at the end of the Nerve Centre gig. So we only had the Millennium Forum gig in Derry, and that was grand. And he turned around and he was like, "Look, lads, you are unbelievable." And we were like, "Geez, thank you so much." So we were all sitting and go, "He's playing Ulster Hall next week. Go on, ask me support him. Go on, support him." And we're all,
ask him.
"No, you ask him."
said
You ask
Jordan
him.
and them.
Jordan walks in backstage. He's like, "All right, do you have any support for Belfast?" And he's like, "No, I don't." And he goes, "Can we do it?" And he's like, "Aye."
We were like,
Jordan came back. He's all, "I said we're supporting him in Belfast next week." We're all,
We were
"Good
buzzing.
man."
And that's how it happened.
literally like that.
Just went
Nothing
there
glamorous.
backstage
That's
with
what
him and
happens.
just was all.
But yeah, that's how you get to him.
That's how you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ask,
Yeah,
like,
You don't ask
no
it.
one comes to your front door and knocks on the door and goes, "Oh, by the way, here's your career."
yeah.
Exactly.
And
Like,
that's
no
what
one
I'm
does that. Like, you have to go and go, right. Like, I'm opening for Shane Todd at the SSC Arena, 8,000
Oh,
people,
amazing,
right?
that. That's class.
And people say, "Oh, how did you get that?" And he goes, "Because I work with Shane a lot.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
sees
Yeah.
my work."
Yep.
And he goes, "Oh, I've seen Andrew's work." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that work suits
Yeah.
my work, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure, like, other things may come into the factors, but it's also about putting yourself in a position to be able to go, I actually fucking believe
Be
in it.
brave and
Exactly.
ask, yeah. Like, on the back of that, we
But
got
then
the
his agent
opportunity.
would have seen you. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole
100%.
It's a whole snowball.
And that's how we got our management, honestly, isn't it? Like, his manager's a lovely guy. What's his name again?
That's how we got our management. He's a lovely guy. What's his
Edison,
name?
no, not our manager. Sorry, Gavin's manager, Edison. He was interested in taking us on the back of the gigs, and at the same time, we were also talking with a guy called Brian Whitehead. I don't know if you're familiar. He looks after Picture This, High Kings and stuff. So he's probably Ireland's biggest management, along with Sarah and Adele, part of their team at Vanguard. So along this sort of time, they were keeping an eye on us, and obviously Gavin James, manager, was keeping an eye and stuff. And thankfully, on the back of those gigs and our headline gigs, then we put on a gig in the Ulster Sports Club in Belfast, and Brian Whitehead showed up at the gig, and what we had no idea was coming. So and then he offered to take us on. So,
But how we got, and we him know, is we were playing Indie in Cork, Independence Festival.
Yeah.
And he walked down backstage, and it was one of the things, because he's done so much in the music industry and he's so successful that when he walks in, everyone's just sort of, "Oh, what's crack? What's crack?" And I was like, "Fuck it." I went up, tapped him on the back, turned around, "What's crack?" They're like, "Brian, can you come see us at the Amro stage at 4 o'clock? We're called Lavengro." He's like, "What do you call you?" "Lavengro." "What stage?" "Amro." He's like, I'll be there. Landed up in at 4 o'clock. our gig. It was halfway through the set, and we were sitting playing. Like, he's not here. He walks in then, and I remember
like,
feeling this
switch it on,
like fucking electric come from my body. I was like, right, we have to fucking pull it out of the bag here. And then he was videoing this, and he put us up in a story with fires and all. 2 weeks later, he takes a text. Let's jump on a call, and.
Remember the four of us to say they rock up in four boiler suits?
Oh, Jesus, he always says,
so we were
we thought
backstage.
we were class.
Thinking we were class in these boiler suits. Thinking we're going to back.
We were like, let's wear boiler suits to the festival.
Slap
Like,
this.
we literally wore boiler suits, thinking it was going to look fucking amazing.
He was all, I like the set, but drop the boiler suits.
Is that what he said? So the feedback was, get rid of the boiler suits, like the set.
Yes.
And what did you think? So obviously he can see through that. Like, he's not interested in what you look like. He's looking at good, right? He's into he's listening with his ear and his marketability and stuff like that. I suppose. And what happened then straight after that? Then how does you jump on a call? What happens in a call like that?
We got his number, like, didn't we?
It's
a long process,
Straight after the gig, we
went
took
back
his number,
over and
'cause,
got his number.
like, we didn't want to leave with nothing. Like, it was like after the gigs, like, I know he put us in a story and he says, "Oh, great set," but like, there's just always this, you know yourself, and there's sometimes just going like, "But what happens next?" So we didn't want to leave with nothing. So we got, can we take your number, send you some stuff, no bother. And then it was actually before he said jump on a call. It was actually the Leah Hartsport.
Yeah.
So it's a funny story. Like, I was sitting at Modern Tires in Derry in the Strand Road.
Yeah.
Just sitting waiting outside, get my tires fixed like that there, pure skin. And I was like, I was going like, what's going to happen in a band? Just like thinking like that there. And I was like, I wonder if Brian's interested. And I just get this phone call through because I had his number saved. Brian
Plus
and I was like,
353 or
shut
wasn't
up, I just plus 353 at the bottom. So I certainly all, hello, is that Dave? I was all, and he goes, do you want to play the 3 Olympia next month? I was like, aye. And he's like, support Leah Hart, no problem, I'll see you there. Just hung up the phone. I was like, oh shit, boys. And then
And
it was
then
like,
you rang us,
and then he like straight away in, he was actually all right, let's jump on a call now and get some. So at the same time, we were trying to, there was a girl called Adele Nolan, and there was a girl called Sarah Cotterill, and we were like chatting away them because we really wanted to get them involved with somehow.
They're part of Brian's team.
But we didn't know at the start, though. Remember,
No.
like, we were sitting going, and then it turns out them and Brian and Colley's all, I have this team. It's me, Adele, and Sarah. And we're going, oh my
like,
god,
they're like
so
the
now-
biggest you can get, and they're like the best management in Ireland. So
And now they've took us on board, and this is our first
single with them.
release with them.
Wow, so you feel really happy? Really
Yeah,
buzzing
no,
with
this
it?
is
Happy but
Jesus.
nervous.
Not being nervous, it's
But if you look at the roster that they have and the people that they represent, they, you know,
Exactly.
It's the perfect place to be.
they're not chancers.
No,
they clearly have massive
Yeah.
success.
Oh,
And this is
100%,
the
aye.
amazing thing is, remember we spoke about at the beginning, like, we have management in the UK and they had a completely, like, they thought we were a boy band, you know, and we're not a boy band, you know, the
That's
lads are
from Coastal
amazing.
State and Derry. So what the fuck do they know? Like?
I know.
No, but you think about it, like,
No, but it's true.
like when
yeah.
you go over to England and stuff. I mean, I lived in England for 16 years. They haven't a fucking clue what.
It's a different thing, and they're lovely people.
Like, you know what I
but
mean?
it's
Like
just
they just go, oh, there's 4 boys. Yeah, Irish. Oh, boy band.
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
guys. No, we want to talk about.
Louis Walsh is there for some reason. Oh no, they're lovely boys.
You're just standing there.
I really like them, Simon.
Yeah, that's it. You look like a pop star.
The white jealous.
Would any of you be a financial advisor by any chance?
If only.
I know.
That's really exciting. That's really good.
So it's all been building up to this. So we're
have you
really,
have you got partners?
yeah.
Yeah, we all do.
Are you all have partners?
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say your DMs are fucking great crack.
You still honestly, you
I'd
still
say
get
your
a few.
I'd say your DMs are good crack. Because you're like the Martin Lewis of the money industry. Like, you know what I mean?
You still get a.
Ferraris on the
You
Instagram.
still get
tag.
the DMs through, but you just have to fucking. The worst one's Snapchat, man. Like,
I'm not on it. I don't have Snapchat. I don't do Twitter. I only do Instagram and TikTok.
We would
I do a
stay-
bit of Facebook, but that's it.
we
right.
don't be on it anymore, but back a couple of years ago, Snapchat was fucking massive. And you used to just get ones sending you, like, I mean, like, mad shit, like, and you could
Like
have
their
been.
tax returns or
It's for tax returns for Jordan, but like, and you used to have to, like, you just open them, like, what the fuck?
I know.
Okay.
It was one of them things where like we had to just delete the
Remove it,
Snapchat.
like,
And we're like,
pack
well, we
it.
don't want anything to do with Snapchat.
No.
because-
like you gotta understand it's as you go.
creepy,
You need to be
like.
cleaner than clean.
Oh,
you need to be whiter than
100%,
white.
That's
100%.
creepy,
Cancel
aye.
culture, snowflakes.
No,
everything,
but
yeah.
like, yeah, but like, you know, I've seen, especially in the industry I'm in, you know, like it's not that. Of course, you go out and you have the crack, and if you're single at the time, you know, go and have fun and all that kind of stuff. But you got to understand is that no matter where, no matter, especially like if you're lads from a place that have kind of done really well for themselves. That from maybe if you're like, especially sometimes in Ireland, like there's a bit of that fucking begrudgery, like isn't there? Like,
100%. It's hard
when
to
I
see
was doing
people do
comedies,
well,
like, oh look at your man there, like he thinks he's funny. Do you think you're funny? Yeah, I goes, well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
like
like,
that
if I go, yeah,
Jesus,
I'm an
yeah.
arrogant twat.
I know.
If I say no, well, then what the fuck are you doing it for? Like,
I know.
you
I
can't
know.
win. Like,
And it's mad.
you know what I mean?
It's like in Derry, they'd be like, "Oh, would you not go on X Factor? Would you not?"
Oh,
go?
yeah, but they
And
don't
you're
get
going,
it,
"Oh,
like,
Jesus!"
you fucking
And it's the
mental,
innocence, you know what I mean? It's,
we want to go to judges' houses.
Aye,
you know
it's,
what I mean? Like,
it's sort of an innocence state, like.
and also as well as the people. It's also you've got to remember is that the people will come to your gig. Not because they're fans, but they're nosy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I know there's people coming. They used to come to my gigs in Cork. They're like going, "Oh, I wouldn't like him now, but I'll go anyway." Like, you know, because I'd be like,
Because they're
I
doing
just want to see
well.
what they're, you know
Exactly,
that sort
yeah.
of. So you need to like, and I think you need to really like overcome that.
Yeah.
And which I'm sure you have.
No,
You know what I mean?
aye,
Like, because you're going to get shit. Like,
Oh, no,
like,
we
you're
know.
gonna get it.
We
You're
do
going to get
sometimes.
stuff.
Like,
you know, there's a
You
thing
know what I
called is it fandomia, Sean? Is it fandomia? I could be wrong.
I'll
with
look
the-
it up.
Look
But
it up.
what's your definition of it?
Definition is that a stalker through social media.
right.
I think it's called fandomia because. So you know, for example, like we do this now, and like you'll be on pods, and people will actually get to know you. So like, but you know the way, like before you go on and you do a little radio interview for 10 minutes, you're driving for 2 hours, you get fucking 8 minutes or 6 minutes, and
That's
you might only
mad.
speak 3 lines. And
Exactly, yeah.
you're like, what's that? Was it? You know,
Support
what
it.
was the
Yeah.
the real? Nowadays, people love to get to know people. Social
Yeah.
media, you let them into your life. Oh, this is me at home, and you know, there's a whole new area. I think people are getting. They're getting really into that, like they know you. Like,
they
I'll
know
give you an
the
example.
person,
I did a
yeah.
gig on Saturday night, and this woman, she's lovely, and she's been to a few of the live shows that we've done, and she's been to a few comedy gigs, and obviously she listens to me in the morning on the radio and stuff, and she listens to the pod and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Absolute perfect lady. You couldn't ask for somebody to support you in a better way. She's just like, really enjoyed the show. All the best. See you another time.
Yeah.
Right? But she's like, but I feel like I know you.
Jesus.
Are you like, oh shit? She was like, I actually feel like I know you because I listen to you. And I hear about your weekends, and I hear about where you are, and
don't
what
you
you're doing.
think about it,
And
it's
I
a bit
actually
mad,
feel.
isn't it?
And what happens is because they feel like they know you, they feel close to you, but they still need to understand that there is a
There's a
barrier.
barrier, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm putting myself out there as a performer because I want you, because you know yourself, guys. Likability is key.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not a likable,
Yeah.
Now you're going nowhere.
if you're not a likable person, doesn't matter what you do. Like you could have people in bands that are just absolute pricks as lead singers. Like that will fucking come back to haunt you. Like, you know what I mean?
Like,
But huh?
and I know what you mean. There's nothing coming up for fandomia.
I don't know. Is it fandomia or somebody listening? If they know what the word is for social media kind of obsession, which is fine. Listen. The wrong people are obsessing over me. I want models.
Yeah.
I want, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like, it's okay, but I just want to know what the word is. So let us know if you know.
But,
Maybe comment below.
I've got
It's an
a wee
interesting
solution, right? So like, see if people come up to you at the gig and like, and they're maybe overstepping the line a wee bit, you know, like hanging about too much. You need to get packed away. Like, you've been talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I have a wee solution because you can't. You're so right, Andrew. You can't be like, right, okay.
No,
I need
I'm
to go here,
appreciative
fuck off.
of them,
And-
but I'm also
No,
understand
you
like
can't say
there is
fuck
still a
off.
barrier here.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't like you. It's just that I don't know you, and I really
Yeah.
like you know what I mean.
No, there's
And
no
the-
hard feelings, like.
Yeah, and you can't be rude. You can't say, "Look, this is too much." You
Yeah.
know, like so. I've got a way to like get out some of the frustration or
Let's hear
let,
it.
let
Let's
it
hear,
be-
man.
So Sean looks at them and goes, "I'm in the ra,"
Yeah,
and they all just run.
Yeah.
No, go on, Sean. Sorry.
we change all of our names in the group chat to
Right.
the names of like some people know who don't know because you always go, "Oh, what's your name?" It's like
right.
so then you change the name to it and then everybody goes, "Fuck your man."
They
You know,
know,
and
yeah,
so then
yeah.
you can have a bit of a laugh.
So you
for
can know,
after.
they know
it's
who it
like,
is.
So you actually look forward to some people doing it because then you go, right, that's going to be a new name in the group chat.
That's a good way.
That's a good
We must
shoot,
try it out.
That's a good way of doing it, actually.
I
That's
must
very
give that
good.
one
At the
a
minute,
go.
our names to group chat is
Power Rangers,
you're
isn't it?
Blue Power Ranger, I'm Black Power Ranger, he's Pink Power Ranger, and James is Yellow Power Ranger.
Oh, very good.
I think Johnny, our manager's Zordon.
Zordon.
Colin, yeah.
Zordon, yeah.
You released a new single. Everything's going really good. You're having a good time. You got new, fresh management. You're very, very excited. What's happening this year now? Because obviously we're coming into festival seasons
Yeah.
and stuff. I was down there at what's the big one in
Electric
Tipperary?
Picnic, is it?
And
Electric Picnic.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
performing there 2 years ago.
Class.
It was brilliant actually. Like what's with festival season come, because we all know, there's festivals
Big,
literally
yeah.
in every fucking city in Europe and
Yeah.
in the world. What's happening? What's the schedule like? What are you doing?
Well, at the minute, so last year it was very sort of heavy gigs, festival
Tours.
orientated. This year is a building year in terms of, I wouldn't say we're going to be doing a lot of gigs and stuff, but we're going back to Vancouver, for example, and stuff like that there. But an example like festivals, I don't know if we're doing the full circuit this year because we need to build ourselves online.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about building your presence online and also building songs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So,
So
we'll be
basically, what
releasing-
you're doing the behind the scenes work.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's
Just
sort of
for
new
this year.
management. Like last year, like Dave came on board and sort of identify where we were lacking. One of the things was like last year we only released one song, whereas this year we're going to release 7 or 8. And Brian had an amazing thing that really sat with us. He said, like, if you think about putting on a gig and you only release one song a year, people's only going to come to hear that one song. But if you release 6 or 7 songs, people's going to have favourites. So this person might come to hear
Mass
that
people,
song.
yeah.
This person might come to hear this song. And we were sort of limiting ourselves. So the plan is this year is just to get as much music out and obviously do our own headlines and stuff. And festivals, we will be doing festivals, but it's not the sort of priority this year. Speaking of festivals too, and we're on Cork in the north. Where was our favourite festival?
Cork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man,
Independence.
Oh,
Independence.
sorry.
Cork.
I was like, what do you mean?
Cork.
What you mean?
Honestly, Cork, we loved Cork. We have a few
Your
mad.
first time down there?
No, we did it. I'll tell you our first time in Cork. We actually played a place called Fred Zeppelin's. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Dranking it, mate.
Oh,
Dranking
lad.
it many times.
I
Now,
was
we
in
need
the
to hear
band
this
back
for a
then.
story, right? We did this tour, like, and we weren't fucking ready for it, to be honest. We had no fans or no.
Well,
anything.
Dublin was going to be sold out.
Dublin was class, but Cork, we played Fred Zeppelin's up the stairs, and basically my dad was there as the driver. My dad was telling us, I'm going to have an old friend here from Cork, or from Derry. He lives in Cork now. He was in the Ra. So we were like, right, okay, who the fuck's this guy? So this
what you need.
he knows him.
That's what you need.
And we were like, right, okay. So we were like, we didn't really sell any tickets first, so we were like, right, who's going to show up here? So this guy shows up with my dad, and honestly, the only people that stood and watched the gig was the guy from the Ra and my dad, and Fred Zeppelin's in Cork.
You were like, I've had to leave the north for someone in the rat. I could have stayed at home and walked around the
Fields
corner.
enough and brown
I know,
next.
so he was like, he thought he was going to see the Wolf Tones, like, but no, it was class.
That's funny. We came the whole way to Cork and played for 2 Dairy men.
I know.
What's that bar man?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know
Barman
what? Can I just tell you this? Right?
Yeah.
You always have that story, right?
Yeah.
Because when you get to a point in your career, say if you're on the late or whatever you're doing, now you're headlining this and you're doing that and you're and someone turns around and goes, "Oh yeah, they're blah, blah, blah. Oh that band, I don't like them. They have it easy." You can turn and goes, "No, we've done the fucking yard. We've done the
Oh,
miles.
we have. We've done
the
some
shit.
serious
I've done the
shit.
shit. My first show at the Edinburgh Festival, 2014, 3 people.
Nah, that's it.
I did an hour of comedy to 3 people.
That's mad. That's mad.
I know.
That's
Did you see that thing last year about Edinburgh? Like the
You know-
Garrett comedian put up, only one person was at her show, and then like she put it up on social media, and then the next ones all got sold out because some big comedian shared it. But that was amazing.
What is that festival? Edinburgh is a big festival.
I was at
isn't
it and my friends a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
French,
Megan,
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. I'm going this year now. As
Oh,
well,
it's
like.
so good.
Class.
Are you doing a
I'd love
set?
to go.
Oh, I'm doing. Yeah, I've done it 5 times. Like.
Ah, sick.
Class.
man.
But
I'm only
amazing.
going for 10 days this time because my tour starts in September.
Unreal.
Did you do Russell Howard years
Russell
ago?
Howard's good news.
Oh, what
Big
I
class,
I
eh?
love. I used to love
Did you
that.
see me
man.
on it?
I used to watch it all the time, and then I seen a clip, and I was like, that's how I remember.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. But when you talk about the clips about doing this year now is your building year. Like I had a building year last year.
That's-
Right. So
okay.
what I did was I wouldn't be a very tech savvy person. And I had all these clips and videos and TV appearances down through the years. I thought I need to get on board
Get
with this
them on,
TikTok,
yeah.
like, and this Facebook and Instagram and all that. Aaron Butler, comedian, mate, taught me how to edit.
Yeah.
Mate, it's the best thing I've ever done.
You're smashing it, man, as well. Like,
You know what I
it's-
mean?
Exactly.
I've had,
So-
I think
so
I had
good.
14 million views last year.
That's
That's
crazy.
amazing.
mental, eh?
And like, and it's just 30 seconds here. Now, when your manager said to you, if you could release 7 songs in 1 year, that might get into 7 different groups of people,
100%,
right?
yeah.
But if I release 3 clips a week, one clip of 20 seconds might connect with somebody, say, in Dublin.
Yeah.
And then they click on my profile and then they see 50 other clips, like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, and you hear of people like we release every day because it goes into different algorithms,
Yeah.
it goes into different
Fi- algorithms
spaces.
trying to find-
This whole magazine culture, TV culture, all that kind of, they ain't the gatekeepers anymore.
No.
Like they're still very important, but that has changed, man.
That's the people.
exactly.
That has gone that way. Now they're still there, but what I'm saying is you have so much more control.
100%.
That's the thing. This modern day and age now, like you can't just be a comedian. You can't just be a musician. You have to be a comedian / a content creator, video editor,
Marketer,
musician. Because the most
accountant.
important thing is an investment banker. But the most important thing is social media.
I'm never going to let this down.
You should put that in your bio.
I don't even know why you're here.
You're right. I'm just happy to be here.
But on in Cork as well, we stayed in this fucking town in Tipperary called, you might know, Borasole. Have you ever heard of
It's a wee
that?
village. Like, it's a wee
Borasole.
tiny village.
Borasole, no.
In Cork.
It's near. It's in
No, Tipperary.
Tipperary. Just
Fuck
outside.
that,
No.
Have you ever heard of Turles?
Yeah, I got caught speeding in Turles.
Well, probably the same.
I once got caught speeding in
Oh
Turles.
man, what do you hear about the yards?
We were staying in Borasole, and then we all wanted
Mad place,
we all
though.
wanted to sort of we want to go for a wee pint that night, no, and like then I was like, look, I'll drive you on then, so he drove us on to Turles, and he was like, but you said to make your way back, or no bother, so we'll get a taxi or something. So we're all sitting there, and I swear to God, like it was like we were like the biggest thing they had Turles since fucking
Famine.
since
I stole that one off Jordan right there.
We're right in the middle.
That's Jordan's story, not mine.
The biggest thing to hit Turles, you're just sitting there going, the famine!
That stole off him.
We're right in the group chat
in the group
today,
chat
being
earlier,
like talking about Cork and all, what happened in Cork today, and we were just like, what did you say? You were like, it was a bit mad, like it was like Lavengro. They thought we were a massive band.
oh they like
And they
we
watched
went to
it.
the shop. Oh, you should that band. We're like, how
And
do
it must
how
have
do you
got
know?
around in this town that we were here.
There's a WhatsApp group, like.
It was, and then we were being stalked all night by the guards, but it was like we were like the only cops in that town. It was like the local
Yeah,
sheriff.
Turles is tiny, mate.
Have you ever
Nah,
seen,
it's
what do you
one-
call
it's
that
one
film with
street.
Simon
It's
Pegg?
rural, like rural Ireland.
Yeah.
You know yourself up here, small little villages here.
yeah.
Like, you know, and we all
class
know
all
some of the villages up here that I wouldn't be a fan of. And
Gets with a tea, does it?
you know what I mean? Huh?
Does it get with a tea?
What?
True.
No, oh yeah, it's mostly Larne.
Oh, no.
Do you know what? I've never been to Larne, but I've just picked on it for no reason. I'm sure people have-
Everybody picks on that.
I'm sure it's
Because
listen,
it deserves it.
Never been to Larne.
As I say, I'll show you how the night
Right,
in
right,
Turles
go on.
ended.
right, the night in
The
Turles.
video.
That's James, the drummer.
He's getting there. Oh, but they're arresting him for a laugh. No wonder he couldn't be here today. He's on a court appearance.
But they couldn't get a taxi, so the part of the guards is the taxi. Like they left just home.
Oh, listen, they were just delighted to have you. You know what I mean?
They were loving the crack.
They were stalking us the whole night because they wanted to see if we were all right.
Like, make sure we were safe.
We walked in. There's this nightclub called the Cube. Well, it's not a nightclub. It's like a bar called the Cube.
Phil Schofield was on there,
There's a
wasn't
big tube in the middle.
Aye, full Schofield.
he?
Like, we walked in. There was a woman
What's in there?
sitting with a prosthetic leg,
Right.
and
was on
then
the bathroom,
a
we
man
seen.
beside her in his underwear frame on the dance floor dancing. And we were going,
I was all ages.
Where are
It's
we?
quite weird, wasn't it?
that's strange, eh?
Yeah.
And I came up to her all, and the girl in the bar was like, oh, you should that band down from there. And like, we're not even playing here. We're playing at Andy. We're staying here, which is an hour away from the festival. How does people know this? It's like, the word just like gets
Oh,
around.
Irish villages, man.
Aye.
What do you call
Irish
that
Village.
movie? Simon Pegg's and he plays the cop.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. That's what it was like, wasn't it? Like Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, but do you like it when you go down there? Like, obviously, I'm just saying, like when you go down to places like Cork and Tip and all that kind of stuff. Because obviously, this is, we're all whatever. Like, but do you love the crack down there? Do you enjoy it?
100%.
Do you feel so comfortable? Like you,
like,
Dubai, Vancouver, Holland, anywhere we've ever played,
Cork.
Turles was my favourite.
We actually want to go back.
Honestly,
I swear to God,
we
it-
were
hoping
like
Andy
the
Penn's
memories we
happened
had,
this
and we
year.
went to this pub, and it was in Borasole, Tip, obviously, but just the crack we had. Like there was a piano in there, and we all just jumped on it. And
Had the whole
locals
bar
were
up. And,
amazing.
had a
It was like
sing-song
proper Irish, you know. Like obviously you have Waterloo Street and Derry and all, but it's like it's not the proper authentic thing, you know. So
Your
it was
dad
like.
was out with the owner
Oh,
of the Airbnb.
the guy from the Airbnb was called Derry as well.
his name was Derry O'Donnell. Big
Derry
shout out to
O'Donnell.
Derry O'Donnell.
What a guy! And man, we were staying in this gaff. It was like a cottage, but he brought his whole family in. And then at 5 a.m, all you heard was ho ho ho.
No, yeah,
my dad
coming
singing
back
Elvis.
from the queue. We were coming back from the
singing
queue.
karaoke with these guys.
we were all in about to go to bed and knocked the door, and it was the fucking guy
It was about
who was
6
the
or
host of the
7.
Airbnb with a drink. He's all, he's want a drink. He
landed
just
with all
landed
his
for a
sisters.
drink.
Was I
shit
right?
like
He was
that.
playing guitar like while we came in, or was am I making that up?
No, he landed back after.
They were having a sing song.
And they were having sing song. So I remember this.
amazing.
It was like 5 a.m. I was just lying on the sofa and his dad singing Elvis and Derry, the host of Airbnb, is just tapping on his legs and all like that there. And then his sister's
The wee
all,
dog,
oh,
wee farm dog.
how's your wee band and
But
all
you know
that?
what? Like, because I'd say, like, for some people in rural Ireland, like, getting you guys is just, it's exotic. Like, you know, like, it's like they're used to, like, probably, you know, people who are working or passing through on their own. Like, they're actually getting,
Or
you know,
staying there,
and they
having
want to
a
like, they
crack.
want to meet new people as well.
Exactly.
They're
Yeah,
I was
lovely.
staying in I went down for work I had to do coverage of the Irish National Ploughing Championships, right?
Oh Jesus, that's big exciting now.
Big fucking lads, I'm telling you, that's a
Oh,
big,
here,
that's a
like
big
a bit of
week. Like,
flavor.
It was, see, technically, it's the biggest festival in Europe.
That's mad.
Like,
isn't it?
because there's over 150,000 people or something at it, like, over the 3 days.
That's
It's
mad.
insane the size of it. But it was a whole friggin' new world for me. Like, but it was out in the middle of nowhere.
What do they do in the festival? Just plough?
Just like there's
like
plowing each other.
it's
Like,
like-
Yeah,
Have you ever seen
If they
the-
tried to do that, could you imagine doing that in Belfast if we announced the national ploughing fucking?
But here, they have
Oh,
the
they're
Balmoral
right
show.
on fucking
Did you ever go to
Victoria
a
Square.
Balmoral show?
The what?
The what show?
Balmoral.
Sounds familiar.
It's like that,
Flyers.
but times like 100, right? And I had to go down because with the radio, I had to go down like interview people. But I was staying about 20 minutes away in this fella's house. And if the championships were in the middle of nowhere, this fella's house, I don't know, like it
mad.
was really like needle in a haystack place. But the guy was like talking to us, he couldn't believe there was two lads down from Belfast, you know, he was just so happy. Like he told me I'll stay about 2 a.m. And
nice.
That's
but
lovely.
it was lovely, but he was like sitting saying, we were like, do you ever go in the city and all? He says, no, I'm always just always lived out in the country, like, you know, not stay, wouldn't go near the city
Showing
much.
off his place.
He was like, my brother-in-law, he went up to the Big Smoke, was working, and I was going, was he up in Dublin? I was like, nah, on a score fee.
Very good, very good.
That's a big smoke for him.
Like smoke.
That's mad. Do you remember too when we first got onto that, when we pulled up outside the Airbnb, we were all this class here. We walked in about the land.
I thought it was haunted.
I was trying to make it haunted for you because I was hiding in the very back room, and I was like, right, whenever they walk in, I'm going to throw a coat hanger out the hall I got there. So I was like sitting there waiting, and then I heard like footsteps come in, and I just fucking launched a coat hanger, just whacked them in the legs, and all I heard was like, and I was like, that's not their voice. Looked out, it was the fucking
was
Airbnb
Derry,
host. It was
yeah,
Derry,
that's right.
and I was like, I'm just hiding here. So he just ignored it, and he
on, my
never
dad,
seen me
mate,
until because I
like-
stayed hiding in the room. That's too
Very
awkward.
meshes away at me dad, you know. On
No, I know, he's giving us a free stay the next time we come
Anytime
down.
we're down there, he says, I'll come down. He wants us just to come down and stay
For
for a week.
a
He said for free next time if we're
Jesus,
doing.
lads, that's brilliant.
Oh, but
That's what I love about being Irish, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, aye,
and that's-
exactly.
No,
I know.
you wouldn't get that.
Once
no.
you're mates,
And that's
you're
the type
laughing,
of memories that, like, when you do music, that's why we do it. Like, to have the crack like that. Because although the songs and all is amazing, but see the journeys you go on and the people you meet, it's amazing.
yeah.
Guys, Lavengro, thank you so much for coming in. Tell me, how can people get in touch? How can they see you? How can they go and watch your stuff? Give us all your socials, all your info.
Go ahead.
You can get us on TikTok, Instagram, at Lavengro.
Or your local investment banking company.
On LinkedIn as well.
I all spell Lavengro,
Yeah.
Lavengro, every platform, and we really want to drive Spotify followers. Like
Yeah.
that's our biggest goal. So if you follow us on any platform, just go to our bio. You'll see a link.
Yeah.
Follow us on Spotify. It would do
I'll
us
be
massive.
posting about you guys and link to your Spotify and stuff
Oh,
like
nice,
that.
man.
And check out the new single Light as well, which they released recently. This is a band from the north here doing really good things. Really great to get them to come into Cork on our podcast as well. As you can see, really good lads, good crack as well, hard working, and obviously want to do great things in the music industry. So please do check them out, give them a listen. There's loads of songs up there on Spotify as well, and if you see them on a lineup near you, please do go and support them. And I think they're like a really popular 1975, and I hope that they continue to develop and stuff like that. Guys, thanks so much for joining us this week. Please do sign up to the Patreon, £3 a month for your extra episodes. You're also really supporting the podcast and the growth of the podcast. Tickets for my tour on sale soon. Set up to the mailing list there as well. And also, please do go down to the Doyen Pub, Cork 25, for money off, for 25% off your food, Wednesday to Saturday. They sponsor us. They're fans of us. We're fans of them. Lavengro, thank you so much for being here with us today. And listen, we'll definitely get you back on again because you're a great
Thanks so much.
Really
Legend.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Andrew.
Legend.